Starting our show. Get that Wi-Fi together. Here we go again. You ready? Nah, I'm serious. Is you ready? Levi, you ready? Ready? Come and get me, baby. How y'all doing out there, man? What's going on with y'all? Hold on. Let me go ahead and welcome y'all. Here we go. Yeah. We here. Listen, man. Listen. We got new sound bites. Hold on now. We got the full Jordan, the full Jordan, the I gotta re-download that. You put so much pressure on me. Too much pressure on me.
But that's what you said.
Listen, I have to re-download that, okay?
I'll put that.
I'm gonna have it later. Please stop putting pressure on me, please. If you're gonna come on camera, you gotta say what's up. Pause. If you're gonna come on camera, you gotta say what's up to the people. Gotta say good evening.
Good evening.
Gotta look at the camera and say good evening. The camera's over there.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Gotta tell them welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
All right. What's your name?
Levi.
Now look at the camera and say Levi. Nope. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Look at the camera, Levi. Camera's over there. Okay. Are you done? You done for today?
That's what you gonna say.
Not right now. Okay. I have to do the show. I'll see you later. All right. Go ahead on the tablet. You win. Go ahead on the tablet. Because go ahead. You got it. Because I can't have you. Anyway, it's the 6 past commandments of a dad. I'm the autism dad. So I'm good if son spaz. How y'all doing, man? What's going on with y'all, man? I know we take a little bit long to get into the show, but don't worry. All right, so Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter. So we're gonna go ahead and start the story here. And this is gonna be another exploration of how we build up these weak ninjas. We take men who should be becoming the greatest men to ever live. Because again, I hate the idea that these awesome performers in their respective fields, this talent, this budding talent, this kid maybe has the potential to be one of the greatest. He's one of so many talented young black men who could possibly make potentially billions just with their body. Pause. And I keep telling y'all it's the greatest time ever to be black. We are the freest group of black people to ever live. We are the freest group of black men to ever live in this country and really in the world in a long time. If you don't count the Moors, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start, I think, what's the most appropriate part of the story. So I'm going to go ahead and play. So this is when he starts coming on my radar. So apparently he one of the ones, okay? And he basically had one of the greatest games in his career. All right. And so let's go ahead and go to this short where they kind of give you an idea of where his skills is at, where he come from, you understand? And yeah, fair use, man. So let's go.
Interception on defense. The final score was 50. Let's talk about Travis Hunter's historic game last night. This man went off. 116 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception on defense. The final score was 52-0. After putting on a masterclass on the field, Travis walks over to the stands to celebrate with his girlfriend Liana Linnea, and the vibe was awkward. She looked mad, like actually frowning while he's trying to hug her. The man just had one of the greatest performances of his career, a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and instead of celebrating with him, it turned into a whole awkward thing. Fans noticed it, and the cameras caught it, and Twitter went wild. People were saying stuff like, Travis Hunter just balled out and she's making it about herself. Another person said, when people show you who they are, believe them. People were not holding back. Let's talk about Travis Hunter's historic.
All right, boom, here we go. Listen, Coming in hot. We coming. I don't have all day. Here we go. No confidence. That boy got no confidence. As soon as it seemed as though he was on the path to possibly being able to at least do this in a way where he can get a scholarship to go to school, he's supposed to have been getting those talks on where he's at. But you know what? And I'm not sure what other groups do, because I don't want to have that conversation. But it does not matter how great or how amazing a black man is. People will avoid telling him what he's worth, because they want to make sure they can get the most out of him. I'm gonna get the most out of you if I can make you think that what you have to give, what your gifts are. Basically, if I can undervalue those things, if I can get you to think that no, you ain't worth it. No, it's what you're supposed to do. It's what you're supposed to do, right? But as soon as your parents started saying that, hey, he got a real shot, the conversation about women and how to have a good relationship. And again, young black men in particular are not protected from women at all. Okay? This is almost the equivalent of seeing a woman chase behind and run behind a man you know she's taking care of. A man you know maybe verbally abusive. Like you know he verbally abusive. You know that he ain't about nothing. And she's like really in love and really, again, that's real life. But anyway, but you get my point. What you see is him. He has Stockholm syndrome. All right. She had basically, again, you got to realize that he's in a very sensitive, vulnerable state. For one, he's young. It takes time to build up confidence and self-worth. But it doesn't help if no one lets you know, hey, this is where you are in the hierarchy of males. It's definitive. All right? There's numbers to it. There's titles to it. We can measure it. All right? And the other men who are in his stratosphere are also exceptional at what they do. She is a girl. Not in terms of just where she's at right now. She's a girl. So let me speak a little more to where he's at in terms of where he's at. You're young. You've had so much to do with my statement. Also, your hormones. Let me tell you something. If I was about 20, y'all would never have gotten as much content. I'll be smashing. I'll be clapping cheeks. Man, listen. That body, the honorable mention, not honorable mention, I'm sorry. The possible body count I could have had for 2024. Let me see. It's at least like 15. There's not a ton of people, but it could have happened though. I don't want to break up no happy homes and break no hearts. You know what I'm saying? But now, me being older, it makes it a lot easier for me to stay goal-oriented. Versus when I was a young man, I'd have been, first of all, you're more emotional when you're younger, unless there's someone around to kind of help you outgrow all of that. Because people stay emotionally immature because maybe you haven't been made aware of how your behavior looks, right? But most importantly, a lot of times it has to do with what you think is important. You know what I mean? Like I had a conversation with my pops the other day about the times where he perceived us to have tension between us. And I remember it was a time where I think I had been talking to him and whatnot, and I got it in my mind that I should be mad at it's like years ago. I was like 25. I built up this idea in my mind that I should be a little upset at my dad because he didn't seem interested in like my music and stuff like that, right? And I think one day I think he confronted me. I think I hadn't been returning his calls. He confronted me about it, and he was like, and I told him how I felt. He was like, "Oh, well, I didn't know that you was really into it like that." You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't know. I never hear you say that you're doing anything with that. And I think I mentioned this story before, but I had to really think about the fact that, yeah, I don't be talking about doing shows. I don't talk about that's not what I talk about when we talk. Also, people don't know what's going on with you if you don't say anything. So therefore, it's like if you feel like every time we speak, I'm speaking about, we just kind of, I don't know, just having a conversation, and I don't bring up those things, or I never seem to be making music. Yeah, that person would think that, yo, you just rap for fun. And for the most part, I was rapping for fun. I mean, it keep it a sec, yeah. I mean, I can't say that, I was trying to make music, but I didn't really understand the grind of making music, and most of it had to do with what I was focused on, where my self-discipline was at. But most importantly, listen, gluten, sugar, all that shit really limits the human existence. I'm trying to get myself back to where I was before, where like I wasn't consuming much gluten. You know what I'm saying? Almost never. Actually, I was afraid of these things because at the time when I was building my first business and everything, I knew how I would get if I had too much sugar. But that was before I started kind of doing like over 10,000 steps a day and kind of monitoring my steps. And basically, so the steps help with the digestion, but I know that I'm a better person and I'm more productive and I'm stronger. And the testosterone's way higher. Like I haven't been having like as much sweets at all. Like I haven't been. There's lots of stuff I just haven't been having. And I've been getting back to like 2 meals a day on the week. On the weekend, like I mostly eat like once a day on the weekend. I mean, but what seems to work for me is like 2 meals. But that's besides the point. But anyway, I bought the story with my dad because I was a young man. I still dealt with things more from an emotional standpoint. And that's what being emotional makes you do. It makes you, first of all, your imagination works in ways that don't help you, right? So I think your imagination is best used for like faith and optimism and stuff like that, and problem solving. If you're not careful, when you're in a low vibrational state, that imagination will have you thinking of the most negative scenarios and those negative thoughts and intentions from other people, which will also lead to a very, poor human existence. So, but anywho, going back to this thing with Travis Hunter and this young girl and whatnot, so he's in a sensitive state. So, no confidence. His hormones are raging. Okay, when you're that age, you are so horny. All right. Also, I'm saying, guys with darker complexion, don't listen. Like guys who are unattractive, really like. I find those be the guys who like light-skinned girls the most, or girls who have that kind of like racially ambiguous look and stuff like that. And so where he's at right now, everything is happening at once. And in his mind, you got to realize, like, again, he ain't the most handsome cat. And I'm not saying to put him down with looks. I'm just saying, like, he's not, the most handsome cat. So in his mind, he may not feel as though he's that attractive. So he perceives her to be like a dime piece. You know what I'm saying? And I want to go ahead and play. I actually want to play one before we get to Godfrey. I wanted to play the John from Pink Book, man. Pardon me, y'all. God, dog, she just dropped your Pink Book. Be doing numbers, bro. Let me see what she had with this. I'm always clicking the wrong part of this thing. She dropped this 8 days ago, like 178,000 views. Like low key, or maybe high key. How many subscribers she got now? Yo, I fell off at Pink Book for a little bit. But consistency, she's so consistent with covering these topics, and covering the ones that people in this space want to see. But let me play this right here, and this is I don't think I need to play the entire thing, but this is a video, I guess they're on a live or something like that. Let's see if you guys can see it. This is Travis Hunter and his girl, and this is what I mean by like Stockholm Syndrome. She has him hostage. Like she has him in a state of mind where she's in full control of the relationship. So what she's doing here is, now he doesn't realize it, but a guy like that, you can tell that his idea of a relationship is like, yo, like spending time together, and most importantly at that age, just having relations. He just knows that, like she's young, that body is tight, you know what I mean? Obviously, again, the light skin thing, you feel me? So he's caught up in this, I guess, being his dream girl, but also it's like super clear. Whenever you see this kind of thing happening, like I said before, no one has talked to this young man about what a good woman is. And that's another reason why young men can wind up in these relationships, because in our era, we don't share anything that's, well, for one, and I think this is the best way to put it. And this is what the late, great Patrice O'Neal said. He said, what I hate about this time and this era is that everything a man is bad and is negative and is evil. But everything a woman is great and is wonderful. And what it's done is it's created an environment where we have a lot more young women that behave like Travis Hunter's girlfriend. And also, Angry Man made a really good point. And this needs to be said. We've gotten to a point where we've made women think that they're way more important than they actually are in certain situations. Meaning that you think you mean more in a situation than you actually do. Specifically right here, this guy, he has limitless potential. He is a potential NFL star. But you got to realize, Travis does not see her as another girl. But you're also seeing how hard men love and how much men really just want a woman, bruh. You understand? You would think that by the time he got this popping, he'd say, let me go ahead and drop her. But again, lack of experience. He doesn't really understand how many women are out there or how many options he actually has. And again, no one's probably really talked to him in depth about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because for the most part, a guy like that is not supposed to have no tolerance for bad behavior. Man, listen, it took me years. I swear, listen, black men had like the unparalleled level of tolerance for bad behavior. But anyway, I'm gonna go and get my lighter real quick. I'm gonna play this for y'all, and I'll be right back, man. So she's gonna be going over the rules that she has set.
Always talking.
Any better?
Okay.
No, man. Isabel Leach is around them. So instead of enjoying their big win, Travis was running his own PR campaign on IG. He dumped all these pictures and videos of them. And in the caption, he wrote, "Queen with a crown." Then his fiance, she responded with a heart. Of course, people kept coming for him in the comments. That's when Travis told fans, stop being so invested. She good. Then this right here didn't make it any better.
Okay.
No, baby. The real rules. Since y'all think we fucking beef at a fucking game. Baby, you go. Rule number one.
Number one.
What's the rules we have in a relationship?
Number one. Always talk in private if we have a problem with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yo, this boy's so green. I don't know if he gonna sell me some beans or what, or he gonna say Hulk smash. Boy, that boy green. Goodness gracious, he in the background smiling while she goes in depth about. You know what? We're gonna start calling this archetype. This is a dominatrix, damn near a dominatrix like type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar or not, right? So, it's funny. I was bored. Actually, I wasn't bored. I was just out of curiosity. Whenever I have time, I'll click on the Facebook dating part of the app. I'll start going through profiles and whatnot, right? And I have consistently seen women who were either very mid and most of the time out of shape, talk about how they're dominatrix and putting that in their profile. And like what I saw yesterday said, all pigs are welcome. So I guess that's what they call the guys who get money. This is such a mean thing to say. But what's funny is that's kind of the relationship that a lot of girls seem to want these days. Because in those relationships, those guys, they basically, they're men who get off on being like put down and being called names. And they're basically they're submissives. They're male submissives. Those are the kind of guys who want to get punished and get the balls busted and pegged, get pegged all wrong, catch my drift, stuff like that, And I look at the girl, I'm like, wow. So what's funny is there's another girl that I used to follow. Well, I still follow her and whatnot. And maybe this is part of her comedy act, but she's a comedian and a dominatrix. And I'm like, goodness. So like, who are these men that want you and out of shape self to? Anyway, but I come to realize that these aren't actual jobs y'all be having. This is like a character fee because it's not something that you can make enough money doing to like support yourself. It's not an actual job. It's just like a fan. A lot of these things women be wanting to do is like fantasies of theirs. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to Stockholm Syndrome. So what's ironic about all that is the fact that those rules are for him. There are no rules for her. You guys want to know how there's no rules for her? Yo, y'all, we're gonna get back to that. Ooh. We'll get back to that original clip, but I want to play this real quick. Make sure y'all can see it. That's it. I don't know if you guys can see. She's giving him an attitude because he's taking pictures with fans and stuff like that. I mean, so I understand Travis's pain. I was in a relationship like that when I was younger. I didn't really realize how abusive the relationship was until I got older and I outgrew everything. And I realized it wasn't really a relationship. I was really a girl I knew and everything. I just was just a girl I knew. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really realize how much, like, no one could explain to me, hey, you need to get out of this relationship. You're in an abusive relationship. She's abusing you. You know what I mean? Now, it may not have been necessarily like a physical thing, but it was a thing where it was like, yo, I really did feel like I wasn't able to get out the relationship. You know what I mean? Or I wasn't able to break up with her. She had to break up with me, kind of thing. And not only that, what will always happen was she will always come back, no matter what. I don't know what she did when she was away, but she will always come back. You know what I mean? And I will allow myself to kind of, and again, I was young. But when I got older, I realized that I was doing that stuff because it was easier to focus on her in that relationship and feel like, all right, once this is together, I'll be able to do other things and be more prosperous and productive. But like, nah, but that was easier for me. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I got older and I wasn't in that relationship no more, right? That I was able to be comfortable, focused on myself. That phone over here? Sure is over here. All right, man. Let me play this drawing real quick, man. Just like the rest of her saying the rules.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That is not your only rule. I'm taking off my makeup. No, that's not our only rule. Second rule is we don't hug people of the opposite gender.
And we don't greet people with the opposite gender.
No, it's not that.
If it's like a say for instance a waiter that's a female, Liana talks to her. And if it's a dude, if it's a male, that's a waiter.
He talks to him. That is true.
Yeah.
But it's only if like they're rude. It's not like so like if a woman were to come up to Travis and only speak to Travis and ignore me, then it's like disrespectful. Yeah. If they come and they speak to him first and then they speak to me, like it's fine. But like we don't play that. Okay, I'm only talking to him. I'm not talking to her. Vice versa. He's only talking to me. He's not talking to him. That's a rule in our relationship. You can go next, baby. No, that was yours or mine.
Okay. Rule number 3: no B word.
Well, don't call each other out our name. Period.
Yeah.
We don't call each other out of our name.
It's a rule, guy.
Yeah, it's a rule.
Okay.
My turn. The third, are we in third or fourth? The fourth rule is we don't be alone with nobody of the opposite gender. Like I learned this from my pastor a long time ago. My pastor was married and he always said, even if he had like a girl, stop making that face. If you
All right. Anyway, so shit like that. So like I was saying before, that was definitely a conversation that I felt. I don't know, just the way she's talking about it. First of all, one of the reasons why I said that's her concept, these are her ideas, is because he's not really leading the conversation, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? And also, she started the conversation, meaning that she wants people to know. All right. But anyway, so yeah, man, he cooked. So she is definitely going, like, I don't think anyone can get him off this path. All right, because he's on the path to basically having some kids with her. You know what I'm saying? And and if he becomes successful and becomes an NFL star, she got a check for the rest of her life. So I want to close out with what Godfrey had to say. I want to listen to this again, and then we'll react. All right.
Listen, Travis, I just want you to be careful, man. Yeah, I said it. Be careful. Congratulations on your engagement, but man, you might have to disengage because something about this woman, man. The way she was talking to, and she was talking like she was really that chick. Listen, you love who you love. Facts. Okay, I got that. That's all logical.
Yo, it bothers me so much that we have so much of an influx of so many more women who are eye looking, and it's not the wrong with you being eye. Because the thing is, women don't need to be like, in terms of like looks, you don't need to be really, really pretty to be attractive. You can just be that's a woman's superpower too, is that she could just be a nice person, having a pleasant personality and being helpful and just trying to be good. Is so attractive, right? But I feel like, what should be someone just felt like, yo, I'm happy to be here, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because we only know you because of this great man, this great young man who was so exceptional at what he does that you are now people know who you are, and rather than just be happy about that, like. Could you imagine, you know what I'm saying, if like, I don't know, having the dude who's the hype man or in the entourage have like a whole social media following and he just talk and give him some credit all day long on social media, and in the background, the guy who's actually famous is in the background just coasting like, yeah, man, yeah, so yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's how it is. Like she's damn near like an entourage member in the way, you know what I mean? Like you really could swap her out with whoever. This is not even like a beautiful woman. Like he doesn't even realize that, yo, you are actually able to now get beautiful women. But you also got to realize that because of what his self-esteem is at, he relates to this girl. All this makes sense to him. It makes sense to have this kind of relationship. You understand? And I think Godfrey is saying he's being very kind, to be honest with
you. But something ain't right. I just watched that dumb video of you guys in those matching pajamas that bugged me, and she was like dogging you, going, yeah, he wasn't my type. I was like, he wasn't my type.
It wasn't my type.
And then we went to this party and then we fell in love. I think
that shit right there is one of the very negative ways that I feel like Hollywood influences young people and young women. Like because she's not the only one. Because we consume so much media that we forget how real life plays out. It does not make sense. It is so effed up to say that someone you were in a relationship with, when you say not your type, that means that and again, a lot of Western women, they think that it's cute or it's funny to talk about how you didn't like someone or wasn't attracted to someone when you first met them. Don't get me wrong. I understand maybe someone being not your type is in what you didn't normally go for, what you didn't know. Because like, I've experienced that. You know what I'm saying? In terms of maybe this isn't basically that's it. I'm sorry. Maybe it's not what I would normally go for, right? But once you in, not in the public eye, when you guys are in public, the idea, the point of y'all being in a relationship is that y'all make each other look good. Young men, you don't ever get involved with no one who don't make you look good in public, especially in public. Not your type. Because what she basically kind of saying, she's saying, I didn't like you. Or and the way her Crimson Curve put it was like that was her way of saying I don't like you. And what he gotta understand is like, yo, real talk. It's one thing for to say that, oh, I had to get to know him and I liked him. No, I don't even know. But men gotta look out for when the woman's saying that she don't like you or that she's not. If women ever said anything like that to you, it's a big deal. Like that shit is the same as a man telling a woman, oh, when I first met you, I really just thought I was just going to just like smash and dash. Oh, I thought like maybe I would hit it a few times and I wouldn't talk to you no more. But yo, I'm still here. Like, no, I'm saying like no, oh, I was wrong for that. Couldn't find out, yo, you really dope. You know what I mean? Like you do really good sketch comedy and stuff like that, and that's great. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. You never know. She might do sketch comedy. But anywho, all right, man. Let me play the rest of this Godfrey John, and we're gonna move on from this subject, man. I know I've been supposed to touch on this for a while, but I just keep forgetting.
Personally, I don't know when y'all dated, was it high school? I don't give a fuck. But when she found out your stats, bro, that's when I think she's like, oh, I love him. I don't know what she is. She's like Indian looking, Latino looking with a sprinkle of Ebonics. I don't fucking know what she is. But one thing I do know, you need to watch your ass, bro. I'm so serious, man. I just something ain't right. And I'm sure people agree with me right now. They're agreeing with me. Don't get suckered into this shit, bro. You better sign all kinds of fucking papers, man. All right? You better have an ironclad fucking contract because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you're successful, you everybody's fucking type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they find out your potential. Now you everybody's type. Be careful with that shit, bro. I'm just saying. I hope Coach Dion is helping him out. I'm like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't tell you what to do. You just gotta have confidence in what you're doing, and I bless you, bless God, and just be careful of the bull job. I just didn't like what she said. She said, "I'm not your type." Yeah, I think you should have let the bitch go. That's what I didn't mean to curse, but I'm just saying, it is what it is. But Travis, your last name is Hunter, bro. You might have to go hunting real soon, bro.
No. What he need to be doing? You know he should be doing? Making sure that he keeps going up. That's what he should be doing. The worst thing that a young man could be doing that has some kind of potential is getting in a relationship. I'm like, real talk, he need to be spending the next 5 years perfecting his game. Because that's how the world moves forward, man. Okay? Like, again, we got to move men away from wanting and needing too much sexual gratification. It's another reason why I love this era, because more of us are learning, all right, man, like, it's something wrong, like, with me watching the Hub every single day. There's something wrong, like, with me releasing a few times a day. You know what I'm saying? At least look at it saying, I'll take a break from all that, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, all right, it's something wrong. If I need to have several cones a day, there's people who have a few blunts a day. There's people who really, because they be smoking them damn wraps, and that's why you feel like you can smoke 2 blunts. But anyway, there's people who have multiple blunts a day. You know what I'm saying? But it's about knowing what changes need to be made to your lifestyle and having people start conversations. Whether people like it or not, the semen retention conversation, whether you practice on a regular basis or not, it's good for men because it's getting men to think outside of busting a nut. Because really, again, a lot of this has to do with him wanting to bust a nut. All right. And also, he may not be that good with girls. It's also a sign that he's not good with girls. All right. And again, that's one of the toughest things to because he might be shy. Because usually a lot of times when guys are shy or they're not really like outgoing with women and stuff like that, they wind up in those kind of relationships. But again, he needs to be secure in his future. You know what I'm saying? And doing whatever he can to push his game forward. Okay? Because again, at the end of the day, the women are never going nowhere. Like when I first became single and everything, and I embarked on this journey by myself, I was like, yo, the women ain't going nowhere. I don't need to have a woman right now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be here in a couple of years. It's better I secure this right here. And now this shit's starting to bear fruits. Here we go. Might have to take a break in a second, man. It's 8 o'clock. All right. I wanted to finish conversation with the Brit lady, man. Yo, all right, man. Because I found this interaction just to be all right. So if you don't know, the Brick Lady was basically involved in an incident last. Hold on, man. Listen, we're gonna do some real journalism over here. All right, just drawing right here, yo.
The surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's
1 million likes. Damn, Keisha.
Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Rhoda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about. So gonna find out she created a GoFundMe. That John got like 40 racks in no time. You know what I'm saying? And the issue and the reason why black men, we're gonna stay on her head is because her story was that a black man attacked her and then a bunch of other black men watched. All right. And what you're going to see is that, again, she is someone who tries to manipulate other black people based off of your ideas about racism and, insecurities and the inability to think for yourself but mostly black folks' reaction to anything that has to do with racism. You know what I'm saying? And so she popped up on the Anton Daniels show. And I thought this was a brilliant example of someone who is extremely manipulative. And this has actually become most modern women. But if you're from the hood, everyone has a fast talking relative like that that if you're not very intelligent, you're not able to keep up, and you're not able to follow her in conversation and also keep up with her intentions. So most of the things she's going to do is going to be a result of the fact that, for one, she's not really interested in other people. Very self-involved. Also, what you're going to pick up on is she likes to keep changing the subject and make the conversation about something totally different. But anywho, let's go ahead and share this tab. And fair use, man. Shout out to the Anton Daniels show. I think this is on late night. Which one is this? All right, this is the Anton Daniels show. All right, Anton Daniels. All right, boom.
I got hit by a brick. I got globally brutalized. I got criminalized. And guess what? I'm still here looking better than you and doing better than you and still intellectual and still fine. Got hit with the head and still fine. I'm not struggling.
All right, so she's arguing with Talks from 2K. 2K is sniping her. He is actually bodying her with jokes. You know what I'm saying? What she's trying to do is, for one, she's trying to be a bully. All right. Like she for one, okay. People like this are never interested in having a heart-to-heart conversation where they are vulnerable. All right. What her instincts are telling her, I need to put myself into a position of strength. All right. And the way that a lot of women do that shit is by talking about how good they look. Whether they look good or not. It's something about her. I guess because I've heard her talk and I know who she is and whatnot, so it's hard to see the best in her. But I do think for the most part she is attractive, but she has that crazy look in her eyes. I don't know, something about her just off. Cause I've seen her from different angles now, and it's it's different. She's actually kind of. I think she's tall. She's kind of like a larger woman. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but whenever you hear women start having to take things, when women start talking about their looks in a defensive way, again, always look out for that kind of shit, because if you guys aren't talking about looks, then looks are not relevant. You know what I'm saying? But also speaks to how women value themselves, because again, when women don't like other women, the first thing they go to is she ugly, or she fat, or whatever it is. If there's anything bad about her appearance, they point that shit right out. No, her heels is busted. All right, man.
With cohesiveness. Let me tell you something. You cannot hurt my feelings. So that's what you're trying to do? Stop, because you can't. All you do is remind me how strong I am and how resilient I am and how dope I am. But thank you for that reminder, because today I forgot that I was a bad bitch. Still, thank you for the reminder.
Whenever when they take it, if she mentions bad bitch at any point, and also this right here is the epitome of the modern black woman's mindset. In terms of the fact that we know, if you grown, right, you kind of can tell when somebody doing good and they not doing good. However, people come online, that is usually their best, or what they think is their most presentable. Okay? She is streaming from the car. That might be her car. No one who's living good. First, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? The first thing you thought when you saw her was that, yo, she's possibly living in this car. Also, the hoodie. She's on a stream in the hoodie. And not that she looks bad at all. But you don't look, when you look at everyone else's background, everyone is at home and they're inside. Also, it's cold outside. Not only that, she's in a parking lot somewhere. So that means that wherever she's staying at, she can't stream from in there, or that might be a situation. Because again, I've been around enough people that was doing bad to be able to pick up on when people are doing bad, especially when they got that narc mindset. Rather than being humble and responding to the things that, how can I say? They let you know what's going on inside them, right? They let you know that, hey, I'm not. For example, she not doing that good, but but it's on her mind. So what she wants to do is get that idea out your head. I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? And not only that, I want to hear Crim Secure say this about, like, you know, how, like, modern women think, like modern black women think, which is, she said that one of the parallels between a black woman's mindset and a white supremacist is that no matter where they are in life, no matter how bad they're doing, no matter what they don't have, they still feel as though they're better than the black man. And the way that plays out is in this situation right here. She's talking to someone who is far more successful and stable and relevant than her. And still trying to talk shit to him. That's crazy. Whereas a guy who may be living out of his car wouldn't necessarily feel like he needs to talk and try to bark on a woman who's doing far better than him. You know what I'm saying? But always pay attention to what people like talk about. So the thing is that people can get caught up in, I guess you could say, because the narcissist will always make it seem as though they're arguing or fighting for a righteous cause. But most of the time, they're just arguing for their self-interest and what matters to them. And they're mostly arguing for their feelings. Like, for the most part, when she came on the show, she wasn't come on the show to have a conversation in good faith and have you know what I'm saying? She came on the show. Actually, again, she didn't have many original thoughts. For the most part, most of her arguments was based off of just feminist, like negative feminist talking points set in bad faith, which is basically that women don't get enough and life isn't fair for women and everything is bad for women and men need to give more. You know what I'm saying? Like, at one point in the other video, she says, I would definitely pay 100% of the bills if I were a man because I'm getting all these things. I'm getting a housekeeper and she's gonna make the house on. Let me tell you something. That whole making the house a home shit, okay, yeah. But who decides how valuable that is and when it's valuable? Men. That's us loving y'all. That's not necessarily, no one needs it to happen. I don't need that for my survival. A man can become a great man by living on the mattress on the floor and still be a great man, still be productive, and still make money. With a mattress on the floor, you know what I'm saying? With the same furniture, with everything the same, with a junky apartment. You know what I'm saying? He got a whack junky apartment, and he can still be successful. You know what I'm saying? And still have a great life. Maybe not junky. No, we're not gonna say junky. Let's say old furniture. All right, but I'm just saying. Anywho, so I'm gonna let a little more of this play. I want to get to a significant part of the conversation. I think where Anton makes a great point. And I said, let me see if this is it right here, because I think I had more.
Are relishing and abusing women online and making fun of all this violence and using white supremacist tactics and all this stuff. Those are the men who would have sold you in slavery. Those are the men who would have been working for the FBI when you were fucking down with the Black Panthers. Those are the fucking worst of the worst of our community. So if that's who you want to pander to, I understand. But I would implore you to elevate just a little bit. Because I feel like you have some other people in this room that might be able to teach you something. So how about you just close your mouth and let more intellectual people speak? Okay. Thank you.
So she calls herself intellectual several times. Like she takes all these backhanded jabs at him to try to keep him from roasting her, because he has the command of the language to roast him. Okay, again, always pay attention to the motivations, my boy. So I ain't did no sound yet. Hold on. The bricks.
Donations, gifts, more gifts,
nigga. Shit.
They never had my back. Told me how much they never had my back.
But anyway, yeah, bro. So she's trying to wrestle for control of the conversation. You know what I mean? And the part of it is also that she has not a humble bone in her body. All she had to do was come on here humble, and she couldn't do that. Hold on, it's Matt Brooks in the chat. All right, hold on, man. Let me go pay some bills, aka get my son to go watch them again from dinner. Give me a second, y'all. I really want to move on from the subject. Sorry, I had to change my top because my son knocked down the shower rod and whatnot, so I had helped him with that, and the shower was on. I got my sleeve wet, and I certainly can't do a show with my sleeve wet. We don't do wet sleeves now. I can't give y'all a wet sleeve show. That is of the freak bull variety. This is a freak bull free zone. You understand me? So hold on now. Let's go ahead and get everything together. You understand me? I'm back. I want to move on to the Jay-Z thing. I don't have much to say about that, but I'm gonna still find something interesting to say about that. But I have to explore this conversation a little bit more. So again, we get back up to Brick Lady. I want to get to the conversation between her and Anton. It's a really important one, but I'm gonna let this up. I'm gonna be mature and try to jump ahead. I think I put a timestamp on here for myself. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, guys. Nope. All right, well, I'm going to skip ahead and see if I can find it. But it stands match between her and Anton.
Either you're going to be cordial and you're going to participate the whole night, or you can't come up here and get your shit off and leave. Either you going to give grace and be
I'm masculine.
We can identify when a woman want to act like a man and we treat you as such. Do it, y'all. I promise.
But what's going to act like I came here to have a conversation.
He ever gives the consequences to these people that are lying. And it doesn't mean that it's not things that happen to people. But I don't like it when people then generalize and say to believe all women, because that would mean to automatically demonize somebody else, because
no, we don't.
The way the justice system is supposed to work.
So Anton touched on something very really important. So he's so this portion of the conversation, he's getting into this environment that's kind of tearing apart the fabric of society in terms of our interactions, and because again we have to get together and make families to make a civilization, right? So where we are now, this is really like we're really in an emergency state when it comes to people getting together. And so where the men are at right now, the men just kind of feel like, I can't trust a woman, or I can't trust being in a relationship with a woman. You know what I'm saying? More men, it's not so much about even being scared. It's just that it seems like I have to have more apprehensions, or I have to really be thinking, my man, what will be the long-term consequences or of effects of being in this relationship? And one thing is this concept of believe all women. In the late 2000s, well, in the late 2010s, we had movements like the Me Too movement, where women basically were coming forward with stories, and other women would basically, the whole idea was that you're not the only one who had a negative experience or experience where you were physically violated, right? And the idea was that the woman would tell her story, and the response would be from another woman, Me Too, right? But what started happening is women have a need to want to be a part of what other women are doing, or it's like this thing where they like to relate to other women no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Again, I think a part of that is the fact that this power, it's just power in numbers, you know? So, and I'll explain to you how that works. How that works is when people hear something and they allow themselves to be triggered and don't realize, well, they're not really talking about you. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not where I want to be at financially, right? because I'm very ambitious. But when, let's say, the 50-50 conversation comes up, at times I have to remind myself, that's not my life. Like, that's not, I'm not having that conversation with no one. That's not my life. I'd say by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really talking about you or to you. I'm like, I don't live with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't share bills with nobody. So it's not really relevant to me. It's never been relevant to me. You know what I'm saying? So and believe it or not, that could be difficult. So with that being said, I think the fact that women want to kind of share in things or want to be a part of the group, right? And especially when it comes to anything that has to do with feelings, women love to kind of share in women's feelings because it's stimulating to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they love doing that. So with these stories, I think what happened is some women just say, yo, I want to be a part of that. So I'm going to come with a story that may not have happened. And there were people whose reputations were permanently damaged for the sake of someone just wanting to have that kind of story. Actually, hold on, you know what? While we're talking about believe all women, right?
And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And I hope that they can forgive me. And I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And
so this is from an old case. It says in 2006, Crystal Magnum accused 3 Duke lacrosse players of R. She now admits that she made it up. I testified falsely against them by saying they R'd me, when they didn't. I hope that they can forgive me. All right. So they said the interview took place at the North Carolina Correctional Institution for Women, where Magnum is serving time for a 2013 second-degree murder conviction for stabbing her boyfriend. All right. I actually got one more for y'all. Hold on, y'all. No, he took it down now. There was this joint with Jay Electronica, and like I think in the caption he writes, "Yeah, this is the same day that Erica stabbed me in my ribs, and I had to get stitches." And it was something crazy. And the comment section just looked crazy. But anywho, that's these young men had their lives ruined, right? And we gotta really consider how often this happens, how often like that this is going on. Honestly, you know what? Honestly, for my generation, I ain't gonna lie, it's a little traumatic seeing like how much our ideas of relationships and women has changed now that we have more information. Because again, men really go out their way to like women. You understand me? And overlook so many different things. And and with stories like this right here, and what's crazy is this person wound up with which I guess that's her karma. She wound up in jail, but she was in jail for a violent crime. All right. And I don't know. It's just so unfair that a man's success, that process is that fragile. The word of a woman. It's so much power in the woman's tongue. That's why it's so important. I told my sister one time, I said, listen, the world needs nice women. They need women who smile and give hugs. That's what makes life nice. That's why we don't want y'all to be B words or to be a bad B. No, I'm good. rather be a beautiful woman, an amazing woman. Need to be no bad B. Because being a bad B still comes with being a B. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Any woman that call herself a bitch in any kind of way, I'm straight, man. I'm all right. All right. I don't even care if you want to say that you're an honorable bitch or a selfless bitch. I mean, I'm good. I'm good. Straight. Thanks. Love y'all. So anyway, let's get back to this conversation. Is it here?
You say believe all women. If women was believable, we wouldn't have to preach it.
That's the fact.
We wouldn't have to preach it.
But how come?
I see women lie every single day. Every day. People.
I see men lie every single day.
People lie.
People
but
lie.
I am never going to give.
Okay, so what space do you create for a victim? What space do you create for a victim?
That's not a valid question. This shit right here, this right here is we're living in the aftermath, right? Of really, again, like I'm gonna say, how can I put it? This archetype can become this out of control because I want to put it the right way. This woman right here, right? She could have had endless talent and possibilities and potential. You know what I mean? Under the right leadership, you can tell that she cannot be brought to order. There are some women who cannot be brought to order, and with the advent of feminism, as we know it, women have gotten to a point where they cannot be brought to order and they cannot commit to the good. Because that's really one of the main. That's why a person like this is always wrong. Because they're never trying to do or argue or fight for what's best for everyone. They're always fighting for or arguing in favor of basically what benefits them. That's another issue with woke leftist thinking. It's you being in conversations where you're not having a genuine conversation. You do shit where you put yourself in a position where you try to make it seem as though you have more credibility than you actually do. All right. And another issue is thinking that you're more important than you actually are. That's super important. That's because you have to know what your role is. Like again, my whole plan is coming together. I started a new business. I started doing this. I said, if I do this, I can do this from my house. And then not only that, I can start doing other kinds of content. And there's no reason why I wouldn't be able to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month off of each channel after I get this shit rocking. You understand? You hear me? You understand? But I secured one stream of income that will always be there. These people want to give me a holiday, the weekends off. You want to give me benefits. You want to give me a pension. You want to pay me to come there for 7 hours a day, and then I have the whole evening to work. Sure. You want maximum about 6 figures? Sure. Okay. Guaranteed. Well, sure. I'll be there on Monday. Because I can do all that and still get this YouTube money. And then I'm going to get this music money. You understand? You hear me? So, that's what we always got to follow. We follow the money and we follow the path of righteousness. Where's the righteousness? That again, people like this right here, always gonna be taking L's, man. Always gonna be taking L's. I'm not sure why I bought the other thing, but anywho.
So what do you think a victim should? What can a victim do? Because guess what? I said that I got hit. Everybody called me a liar, and guess what? That man said he got hit. and I'm
You
still being
listen,
called a
listen,
liar.
listen,
He
listen.
said he hit me on 3 different platforms.
Listen.
So
You
I'm just
keep-
saying, what do you
keep
do
bringing-
about the people?
You
Because
keep
it was
bringing
brought
up
up.
the- you
I
keep
didn't bring it
bringing
up.
the
I don't talk
situation.
about that. I don't
You
talk about
keep
that.
bringing-
Anton never said nothing about her getting hit with a brick. He's not talking about that at all. He's talking about something totally different.
up this
It was
situation,
brought
and I'm
up.
telling you,
It was brought up.
no, I didn't bring it up. I'm talking to you. That he is a different person. I didn't bring that up. You keep bringing it up in order to justify your argument.
Do you have a sister or a daughter?
I got 3 brothers, and I have 1 daughter.
Okay. I also will agree. Here's my thing. As a person who is has experience, it's hard not to speak from experience.
Feng Shui. She's asking certain questions. First of all, a lot of things she does is to give herself time. Okay? And where she does things where she prompts the other person to talk to give herself time. That's what fast thinkers and talkers do. They give themselves more and more time to create an argument or create basically, because the idea is that, like I said before, she's not humble. She doesn't really have humility. So she's not coming to the conversation to have a genuine conversation. You know what I'm saying? She's coming to the I don't know what she's there for. I think she's really more there for the stimulation she's gonna get from the attention she's getting right now. You know what I mean? But she didn't come to the panel to have. Well, she doesn't come into any space to contribute. That's another thing too. That's the archetype of this kind of person right here too. Is that they don't come into a space to contribute. You know what I mean? They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you start hearing, the moment she called herself a bad bee, everything came together. That's that baddie syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Because it turns the woman into a demon because it gets her so involved with what she perceives to be a beautiful aesthetic or a desirable aesthetic. Because again, you under baddie syndrome, you don't have to actually be attractive to men to say you're a baddie or say that you're a bad bitch. You can just say I'm a bad bitch and that's it. I don't know why, but and that's nothing that's going to happen under under my political influence. We're going to have, you know what? You're going to have a license for being a bad bitch. Yeah, license registration. If you were caught claiming to be or impersonating a bad bitch, that will be a hefty fine. You will pay a hefty fine if we find out that you are impersonating a bad bitch. Because a lot of y'all listen, if they didn't have fines for impersonating police, I think people will pretend to be police a lot. I don't pretend to be the cops all the time. I pretend to be the cops all the time. I go to your local corner store selling someone bud. I come be like, oh, I'm the cops. Look at my badge. It's a raid. Give me everything. Oh, I'll be robbing the Arabs. No, it's not. It's mad Arabs or Middle Eastern people. Rather, I'm sorry. Middle Eastern people with smoke shops in the hood. I see what y'all doing. Y'all ain't slick. All right.
I do think that when women are, I do think that there's a way. I think that especially a black woman should never go to social media. If you've been assaulted, don't ever go to social media. Never, ever, ever do that. I totally agree with that. But the system doesn't advocate for women too. Like as a black woman walked into a police station
I think that you are bitter and you are scorned.
I'm not bitter and I'm not scorned. I am deeply heartbroken. I'm deeply heartbroken because what happened.
That's what being bitter and scorned is.
Happened to me was brutal, and to happen to your own community, it was brutal. Because guess what? I'm a person who has advocated for our black community forever. I've been to all the protests.
I think that
everything I've done around.
You need to do some self-searching.
You don't know me, sweetheart, and you don't know what I'm trying to do.
Yo, you know what's crazy? How the word "sweetheart" has really turned it really means mother effer at this point. In that context, sweetheart means mother effer. You don't know me, mother effer. That's a real sassy way. Now that's sassy. I hate when people say sweetheart. Now I hate that. Not only that, I don't like when people call someone significantly older than them sweetheart. Something that you hood niggas be doing.
That was a brutal thing that I went through, and this guy
I'm being
laughed about
so
it.
offended at everything. You keep introducing yourself into the conversation in your own personal situation. So when I then speak to it, then that makes it valid. I never asked you your personal situation. I was speaking.
He
in
brought
general.
it up. You
I
know what
don't
you're doing
care
right now?
what
You're
he's
negating the
talking
fact
about.
that I came here prepared to have an adult conversation about the topic that was at hand.
The
He
reason
then
why
brought up his trauma.
you get the
And for
type
you
of
to
energy
tell
that
me
you
that
get,
for me not to react to my trauma is crazy. First of all, I have done a
don't
lot of
care
self-work.
about your trauma.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to get to. There we go. Boom. Boom. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna let this play real quick while I put him down.
I can tell that you don't care.
I don't care about your trauma.
I can tell you don't care. I can tell you don't care.
Get back to it, y'all. I
But
promise
we're
you.
not going to act like I came here to have a conversation about the topic that you guys want to have and to add an intellectual level. I don't have a problem. You don't know what problems I have. You don't know me.
I know it because I'm paying attention to what you interacting with me right now. I'm speaking on what my personal interaction with you in this short amount of time is.
What's your negating? What's your negating one that somebody? Okay, so let me talk about the worst thing that ever happened to you. Laugh about it, and then when you react to it, be like, "Oh, you know what? This is the problem that you have. You're negating what he did." Okay, I can tell that you don't care. I can tell you don't care.
Bringing it up.
I didn't bring it up.
I haven't mentioned this in a minute, right? Let me give you the context for what's going on right here. There was a show called Generation Hustle where they would highlight and do stories on people who are scam artists. And I'm gonna say that most people who are scam my head not perched the way I want to be perched. Most people who are scam artists are usually they usually not only say they have mental disorders, but they're usually people who have a high tolerance for risk, or I'm sorry, people who they're like sociopaths. They have sociopath like type tendencies, right? But what they usually don't have the best relationships. And what usually happens is what you will see play out is they don't know how to have a normal interaction with people or have normal relationships with people. They always treat people as if they're prey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so what Anton has also done is that he's also disarmed her. And he's taken away what she uses to kind of control the ebbs and flows of conversation. All right. I'm gonna let it play for a little bit longer, then I'm gonna close out. I'll get into the Jay-Z thing tomorrow. It's late, 10 o'clock already.
He brought it up.
Bringing it
and now
up.
that you bring it up, now that you bring it up, you can't act like it didn't happen.
I don't
Like, that's
care
crazy.
about what the fuck you think about your situation. If you want to address that with him separately,
If you want to
offline,
address it,
then
I don't
take
think that
and address it
anybody,
with
I
him
don't think that
offline.
you or him have the range to have that conversation with me.
You better
You said had a range. He said, I don't think you or him have the range to have that kind of conversation. So this was something before where social media basically this is the best way I can put it. When Angry Man was talking about the Pop the Balloon show, right? What he was saying was that kind of show is kind of here to reverse the thinking of men after they watch the Kevin Samuels, right? And it's to establish in men's minds that all women are qualified. Because what Kevin was saying to those women was that not all women can get a rich guy. That's not unrealistic. And he wasn't just saying, oh, it's because they don't want you. It's also because ain't that many of them. That was the point of telling you that. It wasn't because it was trying to kill your dreams. But then again, these was people that those kind of men say they don't want. And they needed to hear that because these are people regular women who are waiting for a top 10% of the nation type of man. Because we gotta make room for the possibility that sometimes you don't always know what's good for you, especially when you don't live righteously. You'll never be able to make great decisions if that's not an interest of yours. All right, because again, like one of the reasons why I'm here today, because I live righteously. I was able to accomplish this by living righteous, bro. This laptop, we getting brand new everything in 2025, baby. We getting new cameras, we getting new computer, we getting new everything, baby. Come and get me, baby. But anywho, yeah, man, I'm gonna stop it for right there for today. We had an hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna get into the Jay-Z thing tomorrow. So we covered Travis and some of the Brick Lady, man. But I want to most definitely cover that Travis story real quick. Anyway, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. All right, peace, love y'all. Like, share, subscribe, man. All right, we out of here.